This is a preview to my speech and a bit of a foreword before I begin talking about joints. A joint comprises of two or more opposite bones facing each other, connecting through ligaments. These joints allow for movement of the bones, except for the skull bone, and support. Joints allow a higher range of movement and a lower risk of injury. There are 6 major types of freely movable joints, which I will talk about in my speech. This includes the ball and socket joint, the pivot, the hinge, the saddle, the gliding, and the candyloid joint. These joints are classed differently for 2 reasons. 1, because they are synovial fluid joints. They have synovial fluid inside their joints, allowing the two bones, lubricating to the 2 bones. These joints, these movements can be classed into 3 different separate functions: immovable joints, slightly movable joints, and freely movable joints. The examples highlighted are freely movable joints. As you can see in this picture right now, it shows all 6 types of joints, and it shows it in 6 different areas, with the pivot joint being on the neck, the ball and socket joint being on the shoulder, the hinge joint being on the elbow or the knee, the gliding joint being on the wrist, the saddle joint on the finger, and the candyloid joint just above the saddle joint on the finger. As you can see in this image, it shows both a healthy bone, which does occur through regular exercise, and a bone that is severely affected by various physical damages, etc. On the left we see the ligament. The ligament holds the joint together. It brings the 2 bones together. The cartilage is the soft bone that allows it to be more flexible and for there to be less friction. But the major job for less friction would be the synovial fluid inside, which certainly majorly reduces the amount of friction in between the 2 bones rubbing each other, and also it also absorbs a lot of the shock that occurs through these bones. So on the right it shows the swelling, shows destruction of the cartilage, which is a pretty bad effect on these joints. It also highlights the loosening of the ligament. So that makes a lower ligament means a lower a joint, which is always a terrible thing, which will be expanded. And also synovial inflammation, which makes it there be less synovial fluid, causing there to be more friction in between the 2 bones.